Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing today? If you're new around here, my name is Ron, and today I'm going to be showing you a 2-month update on my Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma. So it's been just about 2 months since I posted that video where I combined 2 smaller pots together. In the process, I created multiple cuttings of the mother plants and put those cuttings directly into the pot. Now you might have been wondering what happened to those cuttings, because usually I like to propagate cuttings directly into water because that seems to be more successful in my drier climate. You might have more success with propagating directly into soil, perlite, sphagnum moss. But I decided with this plant I wanted to kind of do an experiment and see whether or not the cutting would survive in soil. Because I've had experiences in the past where it just did not work out. But it worked out. Let me just show you where the plant lives right now. Okay, so right off the bat, you'll see that this is a new growth, and I believe this was the very topmost cutting, because as you can see, this is the smallest leaf that unfurled and would probably have filled out more to like this size if I hadn't done the cutting. For a couple of weeks, it never really like firmed up. It always stayed droopy, but it never turned yellow. And I think in that time period, it was trying to develop roots in the soil. And then over time, it slowly started to fill out and firm up. But this new growth here, I noticed a couple of weeks ago, and we can see that it's still retaining some fenestrations. So that's really good. On the contrary, there are a couple of leaves on here that still did not push out any fenestrations. And I think this was one of the 2 vines that originated from the smaller pot. And you see this, it started off with very juvenile leaves with no fenestrations, as you can see. And it continued to push out those leaves. But at the same time, I think it's like developing this disease. I don't know. Can someone tell me what that is? It might have started from the original pot already, and it just seemed to never go away. But the leaves feel like abnormally firm, but at the same time, the edges are very curly. Now it's still continuing to grow. I just don't know what that is. I might have to like flush out the soil with hydrogen peroxide to kind of get rid of whatever bad stuff is in the soil. But it was fresh soil that I repotted it into. So I don't know, maybe it'll someday fix itself. I'm just not too sure. The other plant is this vine right here. And this one started with fenestrated leaves. It pushed out a non-fenestrated leaf right here, and then a fenestrated, healthy, beautiful looking leaf right here. And right here, until it pushed out this leaf right here, where it started to feel just like that other vine with really weird, wonky leaves. And see, it continued the same weird leaf here too. But it is continuing to grow, as you can see here. But yeah, I don't know. What is that? Can you see? There's like discoloration in the leaves. But if we take a look at the other plant that I did the cuttings from, where is it? This one's very exciting. So this is where the incision was made. And I think this was the vine that had the roots in the pot. But this is really weird, but positively weird. It pushed out a new growth point right here. And look at how thick that ended up becoming. Just crazy. Beautiful, big, healthy leaves it pushed out. So I know that one is doing really, really well. It could probably use a little bit more water because the edges do feel a little bit curly. So I need to keep an eye on that one. And the other cutting is this one. This one is the mid cutting that came from that one. And then I think after this incision point was the top cutting, which was this one right here, which is surprisingly doing much, much better than this one. For weeks, I had to make sure that that vine in the soil was always exposed to some moisture. So I would never let it completely dry out. I would add a little bit more water, like right there in the soil, because the leaves would curl up as if like it needed water very often. And you can see that it's doing that right now, but I did just water it. So hopefully it'll flatten out. But this vine is not showing any signs of new growth points yet. Now there are some nodes that are kind of swelling up, like this one right here, but not anything substantial. So I think that one's just taking a very long time to establish some roots in the soil. But hopefully, I mean, I did just move it directly under this grow light now that we're moving into the winter months. So it should be getting enough sunlight. But yeah, I'm just very excited about this one right here because this vine pushed out 2 new growth points. So that is gonna speed up the process of creating a very lush, bushy pot. In terms of watering, like I mentioned earlier, I would make sure that that one particular vine never dried out. But in addition, I would water it at least once. It was originally once a week, and then it became once every 1.5 weeks because the weather is cooling down. So, but I think since I moved it to the brighter light, it's starting to drink more water. So I'm probably gonna have to keep up with the watering once a week method. In terms of sunlight, like I said, it is sitting directly under this grow light. It's super bright. It's getting a lot of light exposure right there. In terms of fertilizing, I would only use liquid dirt when watering the plant. I am continuing to use liquid dirt on all of my plants, and so far, no negative signs. And in terms of humidity, this Levoit humidifier pushes a beautiful cloud of mist up there, and it lands somewhere around there where the plant is sitting. So I set it to, I actually increased it to like 55% humidity. So this particular machine would turn on automatically and turn off until it reaches 5% above what I set it to. So at 60%, it would shut off. And then it would go down to 50% before it decides to turn back on automatically. So this room stays anywhere between 50 to 60% humidity, which I think all my plants really, really like. So I'm gonna leave it at that setting. But yeah, those are some of the care tactics that I've been giving this plant. And I'm gonna continue to do that throughout the winter because it seems to be doing really well. There were some leaves that have fallen off, but I think that's due to the plant reacclimating into a new pot of soil. But it's not like it made a hole in the overall shape, right? So hopefully it continues to grow fast, because I feel like one day I'm just gonna get rid of this side table and put that pot on the floor and then just attach all of the vines onto this wall. And then probably increase the height of that grow light. Well, that's about it for the video. Just a really quick update for you guys. Let me know if you know what's happening to those discoloration on the leaves. I really hope it's not anything like a serious fungal disease or anything like that. And I really hope it's just gonna fix and sort itself out, hopefully. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet already, plant scribe. All right guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.